Welcome back to the 2015 Knifing Battle Championships. This is match number 3. And we got Prime Falconz battling Myth Creed. They're having a little bit of fun right off the countdown there. We're migrating the host right now. If this does not go through, if we drop out, this round won't count. But it looks like we're heading in there. Unfortunately, I couldn't have the host choices, or the host lobby choices. One of the battlers, I believe it was Prime Falconz, has his nat type set to moderate, so I couldn't join them for the entirety of this battle and moderate their lobby choices. But as you can see, host belongs to Creed in this first round. Prime Falconz won the coin toss and passed first host off to him. And if you're taking a look at the scoreboard right now, when you see yellow behind each battler's logo, that means that is the perspective that we are currently watching. And Myth Creed gets a nice knife in the top cargo area of the map cargo here. And Prime Falconz battling a claymore to get to a kill there, taking the chance, unfortunately falls there, and Creed is sneaking around the back, gets taken down by a pistol. We have Prime Falconz charging an enemy, gets killed from behind, and that's the chance that you take when you rush an enemy or when you pursue an enemy, is that your back is exposed, and the longer that pursuit takes, the more danger you are from behind, so you got to know when to pull away from a pursuit. Nice combat axe there by Falconz. Creed in the middle of the map gets a nice combat axe as well. With the early lead here, 5-0. As you can see, Prime Falconz is negative right now with his KD up top and below. That's reflecting his score poorly, as it is taking away his 3 kills that he has. Nice backstab there. He gets a double knife. Not pulling out of the negative, but definitely closing the gap just a little bit there. Prime Falconz looking for a enemy, gets fired at. Enemy in the corner, he didn't see him, turns around, gets that combat axe, but gets taken out by a placed bouncing Betty. And a missed knife there by Creed, getting taken down. Prime Falconz gets taken out too, and they're now both rushing off the spawn. Prime Falconz gets killed almost directly off the spawn there. Creed throwing a smoke, but gets taken down. And a claymore taking out Prime Falconz. He's getting bit by a lot of placed explosives. And then Myth Creed being taken down by an airstrike. And he is almost in the negative right now. He is pulling even. He is 7-7. Although he does have a lead with a little bit of insurance on it. Seeing 3 enemies, takes out one with a skewer. Creed gets taken down though. Sometimes when you're knifing, those scenarios where you're taking on multiple enemies can get very messy very quickly. And both of these knifers are now in the negative. Let's go. Prime Falconz rushing off the spawn, sees an enemy, misses 2 combat axes. And that pistol wielding enemy is really taking it to these snipers right now. Falconz gets taken out by the Scorpion. Creed and Falcon rushing mid crate, and both of them get taken down. And Myth Creed gets taken out by a bouncing Betty. Now the bouncing Betty has a very distinct sound that you have to listen for and have to react to with almost an instinctual reaction that you have to learn only by playing the game. Nice combat axe there by Myth Creed. But you know what, sometimes nerves can get to you, and when you're battling, the littlest thing can throw you off. Prime Falconz gets taken out by a stealth chopper. And these men just continually off the spawns getting killed. Although Myth Creed comes back with a knife. Gets a combat axe there. And significantly in the negative is Prime Falconz.
I've had enough.
He just said he had enough dying. He gets a kill though. He did go on an 8 death streak there. And then gets killed from behind with a combat axe. There is a knifer on the other team, it seems, rolling with the knifing class, throwing combat axes. That seems to be what happens many of the times.
Why?
And in a placed Claymore takes out Prime Falconz. He is not having any luck in this game today. But oftentimes when you're knifing in Black Ops 2, you'll see copycat enemies pulling up their knifing class just to see if they can go toe-to-toe. And a nice combat axe by Prime Falconz. And this game is coming to a close right now. The enemies only have one more kill that they need. Nice skewer there by Myth Creed. He is definitely going to take the first round, falling into the negative for that last kill. But he takes it. Myth Creed takes the first round over Prime Falconz. Now again, like I said, I cannot show the host lobby choices, but Prime Falconz is host and he chose Turbine. And as you can see, he's running off the spawn up the center. Prime Falconz needs to take this match in order to save his skin and see if he can battle for a third round. Prime Falconz, or Creed, has to win this to move on to the next one. We have Creed here setting up for a skewer and gets a long skewer right off the top.
Not only did you kill him, you took my kill.
And as Prime Falconz said there, Creed also took his kill as Falconz was right there about to kill that sniper. We are watching Falcon now off the spawn. He just got killed. He is the host. Looking for an enemy. Sees one up top. Gets a C4 thrown at him. But then gets taken down there. And off the spawn again. He's having some bad luck over these past two games. Looking to pick it up here. Gets trapped by the stairs but turns around and the enemy was rushing him. Good choice there by Falconz to turn around, and it was really his only choice. Nice skewer there by Myth Creed. And we've seen Turbine in the Knifing Battle Championships before. As you know, some very strange numbers coming out of Turbine. In the 2013 championship, Gunhearted actually got the most kills out of any knifer in the tournament, in the Knifing Battle tournament, on Turbine, with 36 kills and 37 points, because he actually got the final kill cam bonus as well. Creed still in the lead here, crossing bridge. Hearing an enemy on the turret, probably looking to rush into the building, sees the enemy, throws the smoke, but gets taken down. Now, interesting to note here, Prime Falconz is choosing to use the combat knife. Gets a nice lunge kill there. Although he ties up in points, he is losing because he has more deaths. But Creed just falls into the negative and Prime Falconz takes the lead. Prime Falconz coming out of the negative, finds a kill, but falls there back into the negative. Both of these men falling at that moment, running off of the spawn. Turbine is not an ideal map for knifers. It is large, you have to cover lots of ground. There are many places within this map that are close quarters oriented, but for the most part it is a large and unforgiving map for knifers. Prime Falconz out of the negative now. Creed looking to get out of the negative himself. Getting a nice skewer there, and a combat axe there, quickly thrown by Prime Falconz, puts him in the positive, but falls back to even there, battling that enemy. Falconz off the spawn, looking to get some revenge. A lot of long lines of sight as well up a lot of these areas. Gets a nice combat axe, and another combat axe. Some distance combat axes there, showing Falcon's skill off. Going up against two enemies here. Gets a nice kill. Loses the second enemy and falls down there. Myth Creed getting a combat axe. What a lot of people don't realize too is that with a lot of close quarters engagements while you're knifing, if you are facing off against multiple enemies, sometimes the aim assist will pull you in a direction that you do not want to go. So it'll pull you towards an enemy that you weren't intending to kill, and unfortunately that can get some people killed, and that may have been the case within that Prime Falconz engagement there against those last two opponents. Nice combat axe there by Myth Creed. Again, trying to fight out of the negative. Prime Falconz with a slight lead here. Dropping down from the bridge, Creed gets a nice knife. He is fighting for his life here, but gets taken out. Prime Falconz is fighting for his life here. He needs to win this match to take it to a third round. And gets a nice combat axe, or sorry, a combat knife. As I said, he is not using the ballistic knives. Knifing furiously at an enemy, gets the kill, but then gets taken out by a sniper behind, watching everything from afar. From above here, Creed gets a headshot skewer. And a nice knife there. Still trying to battle back. Prime Falconz taken out in mid-control room there. Prime Falconz off the spawn. Finds an enemy, but unfortunately gets taken down by a panic knife. Sometimes saying panic knife is pretty blasphemous to knifers, but when you're holding a gun and turn a corner and they get that knife off first, it's hard to know if it's intentional or not.
Oh!
Nice combat axe there by Prime Falconz. Rushing into the control room. Gets another combat axe, increasing his lead.
Dude, he's hacking clever, I swear.
Throwing that smoke, and Creed saying Prime is hacking.
What?
Gets a combat axe on an enemy behind the enemy in front of him that he did not see or did not intend to, but gets taken out.
Me. I don't even know how I got one kill.
If you are facing off with a knifer, the best thing that you can do is back up. And when people realize that a knifer is coming at them and they back up, that can be very frustrating. Creed getting taken out, trying to bait in an enemy there. A very large lead Prime Falconz has right now. And we are only 3 minutes away from this matchup ending. Creed has to pull something together. There are still lots of kills, about 35 kills that can still be gained in this game, which can change the landscape here. Nice combat axe there, but Prime Falconz keeps hitting. And Creed, unfortunately, keeps taking falls here. Nice kill by Prime, increasing that lead. Sometimes, though, people get discouraged by their negative score and feel like they can't come back. But you have to remember, there are mathematics in play here. When you're in the negative, every kill that you get while you're in the negative is worth 2 points, because not only are you eliminating that negative score by 1, you're also adding a point to it by getting a kill. So sometimes the score can be skewed in a way that you feel like you are too far gone, but in actuality you're closer than you think.
Okay. How many is this spraying for?
Prime Falconz here looking for another kill. A teammate puts a UAV up. Prime Falconz turns on an enemy there with a nice combat axe. And another combat axe with a little jump there. Little bunny hop combat axe. And Myth Creed being taken out on top of that wind turbine, and fallen wind turbine in the center map.
Hostile UAV above.
Hostile UAV above, but Prime Falconz gets taken out in the final kill cam there, but it does not matter because he had a significantly 22-3. Prime saves his skin to win the second round, which puts us into a third round do-or-die situation between both of these knifers. Prime Falconz retains host for the final match. And here we go. A great showing by Prime Falconz on Turbine to gain more kills within the first 2 rounds in order to keep host for this third round, which is crucial when it comes to battling in the Knife and Battle Championship. And here we have Creed battling at Subway here. Looking for that kill. Trying to bait in the enemy. Sees some movement. Goes for the strike. And gets a nice kill.
How long were you waiting for him?
Now Prime Falconz chose Magma as one of the maps that he wanted to be in for the third round. Nice skewer there by Myth Creed, taking the lead early. Prime Falconz now rushing past the van that's on fire. Gets a nice combat axe preloaded from above the bridge and down onto his enemy. Spots an enemy from behind, gets a combat knife kill, but then gets taken down. Again, the combat knife allows you to be quicker and have more mobility and knife faster, but you are giving up 4 projectiles, which puts you at a disadvantage at long range. Prime Falconz gets taken down there. Creed looking for the enemy that took out Prime and gets that revenge kill, or the Avenger kill. Nice. Prime Falconz gets a combat axe there.
Oh!
Both of these men in the
oh,
positive.
Oh my gosh.
That was nice.
But Prime Falconz gets taken out on the bridge in mid-map. Prime Falconz off the spawn, running up the back restaurant area.
Myself all the time.
Sees an enemy, gets a combat axe kill. And being fired at, Myth Creed charges through the fire, gets that knife. Prime Falconz falls in the middle to the Cap 40. Both of these men have to show just what it takes to get to the next round, have to go that extra mile. Prime Falconz getting taken out by the Cap 40 again. Creed throwing, or sorry, Prime throwing a smoke up in the middle bridge and gets taken out by the B-23R. Creed getting taken down under the bridge by the Cap 40. A lot of these enemies are running secondary. And a KSG shotgun kill. Myth Creed gets taken out. And then a snipe there on Prime Falconz running off the spawn. He is significantly in the negative. Creed here battling a couple of enemies. That enemy did not see him. He gets the skewer from behind, but the second enemy follows up on him and gets that B-23R kill. Creed, though, still in the positive. Prime sees an enemy trying to take him down, rushes through the smoke, gets that combat knife that he so direly needs. And rushing up towards back tunnel area, turns down the alleyway, and gets a flank on an enemy. Nice backstab there. Sees an enemy from the front, gets Remingtoned, and then Myth Creed falling to a secondary weapon as well, the B-23R. Creed now rushing into shipping area, gets destroyed by the Cap 40. Off the spawn, the Cap 40 enemy again. What an unfortunate spawn there for Creed, getting taken out by the Cap 40 twice in under 10 seconds. And now Prime Falconz sees an enemy, misses the combat axe, and misses the combat knife. Creed gets a stab from an enemy from the front. Rushing to middle map here, sees a sniper, gets the ballistic knife shot. Trying to retreat from an enemy and gets flanked by one too many. Creed with a very significant lead here in this final round. Prime Falconz is going to have to pick it up. And then a double Remington kill. One Remington shot takes out both Creed and Falconz. A smoke being thrown by Falcon, rushing with his combat knife up the center. Gets a combat knife. Sees another enemy, looking for that stab. Misses the lunge, but gets taken out.
I had that too.
Creed now, trying to flank an enemy, rushing up middle bridge. Throws two combat axes, looking for the stab, and gets the lunge while rushing through that secondary weapon. Prime Falconz with a combat axe on a downed enemy. Sees two enemies, gets a kill, and the sniper picks him off at close range. Prime Falconz is hungry right now. He is looking to come back. Creed throws out a smoke. Gets another combat axe from an enemy, unsuspecting. And another knife kill. Myth Creed increasing his lead, making it harder for Falconz to come back. Falconz with a nice knife there underneath the bridge. Sees an enemy, rushes the enemy, gets a kill, gets a double kill with his combat knife. He is within 4 points right now. Gets another kill with the combat knife, but gets taken out by a secondary weapon, the B-23R. Creed gets a headshot with his skewer. Prime Falconz now on the prowl. An enemy throws a C4. He takes that opportunity to get the stab. Within two now, Prime Falconz. Myth Creed gets a skewer. Decides to retreat from that enemy as he runs out of projectiles. Prime Falconz now looking for that kill. The game is about to end. He gets a knife. Oh, he misses that knife. Unfortunately, an enemy or a friendly takes. He gets a combat knife, about to get another kill for possibly the win, and the enemy is lying on the ground directly in front of him, but he does not get it. That enemy directly in front of him at the end there could have taken the lead. He was just inches away, but unfortunately for Falconz, Creed wins and moves on to the next round by one single point. It was that close, that rush by Falconz at the end there to come back and almost take it, but Creed hangs on and moves on to the next round. Next week we have Gunhearted, our first veteran, and he is taking on Targuster BL. Stay tuned for that from the Knifing Battle Championship. And remember, keep those blades sharp.